Welcome to Emotional Intelligence. My name is Victoire Chilufia. Joining me in the studios is George Mukangwa. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, my dear sister, for welcoming me again to this program.
All right. So life presents us with different challenges, disappointment, and sometimes we think and feel as if we are being tested. But emotional intelligence teaches that it's not everything that we can be able to control. We can't control how we feel, how we think. So today's topic is train your mind to see good in every situation. George, what does it mean when you hear train your mind to see something good in every situation?
In just a simple definition, it is just being able not to be very much reactive to some situations. Mm-hmm. Let's say, for instance, a painful situation happens to you, but you don't focus much on the pain. Rather, you welcome it and accept it as a form of training. You don't become so moved by the pain or by the unfortunate situation that you experience, mm-hmm. but rather you still stay positive at it. You say, okay, I'll still push through this, and I'll still do better than what I've done today. That is what I can say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So an example can be given where your friends, you've gone for interviews, then it so happened that you're the only one who has been left behind. Mm-hmm. Are you going to ignore the feeling?
From the human perspective, that feeling cannot be ignored easily, mm-hmm. because we are human beings, and that makes us who we are. But it is in a situation whereby, despite having that experience of that situation, you still say, anyway, maybe it's not my time will come. Definitely you will be able to push forward. We may even cite another example of maybe failing in an exam. Mm-hmm. One fails an exam, the friends have passed and they're jubilating. Then you look at yourself and say, am I a failure indeed? Or perhaps I can still do better. So it's being able to think positive, being able to say, despite this situation, there is tomorrow for me, I can still do better. Maybe this isn't mine, but maybe I'll still try another day, I'll achieve my goal. Yeah.
Okay. Why do you think people naturally focus on the negative and not on the positive? That one, we can't just run away from it.
This is because the negative is more louder than the positive. Mm-hmm. Let's take it for instance. I gave an example of failure in an exam. Everyone will be laughing at you because mostly all of us in life have plans which we make. Maybe we are trying our plans to say maybe from grade 12 I'll go to this stage, etc. So now, in an event whereby you encounter failure in life, the whole weight of it will fall on your shoulders. You feel like, but what will happen to my plans? Mm-hmm. Okay, does it mean this is the end of me? Bit by bit, you begin to question why things have happened like that. So you are overwhelmed by that negative experience that you've had. And in that process, you forget of the potential goodness which you have, of the potential goodness of you pushing forward and saying, oh, wow, I can still do better tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Today, maybe I failed, but I will need to put more effort so that I do better next time. I can give another example of a white paper trick. A white paper is presented to us. Okay? If you pay attention to it, there's a black dot on it. If you look at it from a distance, you focus on the white that is there, you will not notice of the black dot which is on that paper. Mm-hmm. Meaning that if you focus your energy much on the positive part, despite the situation being negative, you will still be comforted by the positive that is there. Yeah.
Okay. How does our mind influence the way we react emotionally?
Our mind is the center of everything, so to say. What we think definitely is what comes out. There is, I think I read something on Stoicism where it talks about you attract the energy of what you think about. So what you think about is what you become, definitely. So it also talks about when you fear something, definitely it will happen to you. The more you fear something, the law of attraction, the more likely to happen to you. So our mind shapes everything. For me to go to school, for me to study hard, for me to understand things, my mind should be convinced to say, this I'm doing. This will give me positive results. But if I look down on myself, in the end, if I will fail. I think I've experienced a situation in life whereby you say, I think the way I'm feeling, I may be sick. You might not be sick at that particular time, but definitely your mind will switch to it. Definitely a sickness will come, bit by bit you'll feel sick, and as time go by, you'll be sick. So like everything is in our mind. The way we think shapes what we become. Can quote also St. Clair says, what we love, we become what we love. And who we love shapes what we become. So what we love to think about shapes us. We become the same thing that is there in our mind. Then in the end, it will manifest what we are thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
What we are thinking is what will manifest.
Yes.
So is choosing to see good the same as ignoring pain or pretending that everything is okay?
Well, choosing to see good despite the painful situation does not necessarily mean we should suppress the pain or ignore the pain. No. It's a matter of acceptance. Accepting to say, I can't change this situation that I'm in. I have accepted. And I ask for the grace of God now to help me go through the pain. Because when we ignore the pain, when it is ignored, it will come back in another form. It will shift into something. In the end, when you ignore pain, you become a sadist. Hunger issues will come. Hunger issues, most of these hunger issues that we see in people's behaviors or lives are as a result of ignoring pain. You are not a Superman. I'm not immune to pain. I'll still feel pain, but it is my ability to maintain my pain or not allowing my pain influence on how I live my life. So definitely, I will accept the pain and see ways in which I can live with that pain rather than suppressing it or ignoring it.
So the best is first to go through the pain, then later on now you accept it.
Yes.
Because if you just said to say, you need to accept the situation, I think I'll pretend to say everything is okay. And when people look at me, they'll think to say, oh, she's okay. But then maybe through me losing weight, that's when people will get to know to say, I think this person is okay, is not
Something's
okay.
wrong.
Then there's a time that I'd ask somebody and asking them how they are doing, and then they just mentioned to say, I think for me responding how I am, it's very difficult. But if you ask me to say good morning, I'll be able to respond. So in a way, you are able to tell to say, these people are saying they are okay, but then they are not okay. So it's more like they are trying to pretend that everything is okay, but then it's not okay. First, they heal from the pain, then now that's when they can be able to accept to say, okay, I think now I'm accepting the pain. Then when something just happened just there and then you just said to say, it's okay, it's fine. Then again, don't you think to say sometimes we would give God our timetable? We want him, we want God to have our own timetable. Like you mentioned to say, we plan to say this year I want to do this, next year I want to do that. But then when it doesn't happen, what happens if that does not happen
So
after planning?
Basically, let me just give an example on disappointment. What hurts us most in disappointment is not the actual disappointment, rather our own expectations. Okay, you have these plans, these expectations that you've put in line, and if failure comes or if something happens, you don't achieve it, the pain of now enduring that strikes you badly. If I'm not saying planning is wrong. Planning, we should plan, yes. I think that's a sign of having an orderly life. But in our planning, there should be a trust of God to say, by God's grace, I think this will be achieved. I should not just rely on myself to say, okay, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do that. Because I don't own my life. People have died today. They had plans for the whole year. People who died yesterday still had plans, but at the end of the day, God is the one who has the final say about it. So sometimes we overlook the fact that we don't own our lives. we still make plans and still give God our program to say, Lord, follow my program. But we don't say, Lord, give me a program. So in the end,
they don't really say, Lord, follow my program, but then they say to say, you know where you've been praying, and then you think to say, okay, I've been praying, you know, and obviously by the end of the day, God will be able to answer my prayers. And so they entrust everything in God. But one thing that we should be able to know is that sometimes things do not happen the way we want them to happen. And sometimes we need to understand to say, even when we talk to God, sometimes God might say, wait, hold on. Maybe He's preparing something for us. So those people have been entrusting everything to God, but then in the end, things just get shattered, or they are told to wait, then they feel disappointed like that.
So mostly, like you've put it, we always think to say, whenever we pray to God, our answer should be yes. But sometimes God's answer can be no. God knows the best for us. So we shouldn't always give up because we've been told to delay, or perhaps something has come up. We still have to trust in God and still continue pushing on. Our ability to rise after falling, gives us more courage to face our realities. But if we just focus on the pain or the bad situation that we have faced, definitely challenges of us moving forward will be there. Like sometimes what can kill you is not really the actual problem, but your own thoughts. They'll eat you up and kill you. It's common under human tendencies when you say, how are you? The answer is, I'm fine. Despite you not being fine, but you are still going through a lot of things in your mind. So you may ignore the pain or maybe pretend as if everything is okay, but the problem is there. It will come out, like you said, losing weight, somebody lose weight. It will come out anger issues. Somebody saying, how are you? You respond in a harsh way.
And sometimes you tend to isolate yourself from the crowd.
Yes, depression comes in now. So like I'll say there are about 4 situations. We have depression. Depression comes as a result of worrying about what happened. Okay? We have stress. Stress comes as a result of worrying about the present, frequently thinking through about what is happening now. Then we have now anxiety. You see? Thinking of the future which is not yet even here. You're still worried about it. So all those surround us in our daily lives.
Okay, thinking about what happened, how can past disappointments affect the way we see difficult situations?
There's a saying in English that experience is the best teacher. Somehow this principle may be wrongly applied. You know, I have experienced this problem. I have done this, and the end result hasn't been nice. So I will live in fear to say maybe something bad may happen. So like let's talk about people who've been disappointed, mostly maybe in relationships or whatever. For them to just push into another relationship, they will go there and stay like they're at the crime scene, one leg in, one leg out, because of the past experience they've had. They will become so defensive, okay, under normal circumstances. You become very defensive as you do things, preventing of that bad experience that you had. And suddenly, you may even hate people wrongly in the name of what you've experienced. So sometimes, our experiences in the past should not always be a shaper of the future, but rather should be a reference to say, okay, I think this is it. Leave your past to the mercy of God and leave your future to the providence of God. That way, you will balance up. You will not be negative. You will still stay positive despite you having experienced the past mistakes and everything. I will give an example of being looking for a job. When another company has given you a no, do you still go with the mindset to another company and say, I think they'll tell me no? You still say, okay, despite that, I'll still look for a job in this company, I'll still knock, I'll still do this, I'll still invest in this business until something happens. At the end of the day, you have positive results coming despite you having the negative experience in the past.
Okay, so what if the same company asks you to reapply? Can you still apply when you are told they no?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll still apply because maybe by that time my position was not there. But maybe now that the vacancies have come in, definitely I will do so. I will not give up.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good mindset.
Yes.
What practical habits can help someone train their mind to focus on good only? Not negative, but just focusing on good. Negatives might be there, but then you just choose to focus on good only.
The reference I gave earlier on the white piece of paper with a black dot, I think it's all about training your mind in believing to say, I am not the worst mistake. I am not a rejected person. I am not all those that is negative. I'm positive. I'm chosen. I'm what? All those good things. Put your mind there. When you do that, they will shape the way you live your life. Like, don't allow yesterday's negatives or negative experiences ruin your day in your present. Live the day as it comes, despite all those challenges here and there. But you still say, okay, I'm positive about this. Tell yourself good things. The way the Bible says, the power of the tongue, what you speak definitely shall be established. So speak good about yourself. Speak all those nice things. Don't say, I focus on the positive. Tell yourself to say, I'm great, I am marvelous, all that is good.
Okay. Focusing on yourself, how can this improve relationship or communication with others?
So
telling yourself that I'm enough, I'm never too much or never too less.
Yeah, so it will help you also to appreciate others. It will build interpersonal relationships. Bearing in mind that we as human beings, according to the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. In other religions, I think it is said in the same way, but in another form. We have to appreciate also the other person. So when I tell good things to myself, I speak good about myself, I will be able also to appreciate others. So, okay, that one compliments on me. There are abilities which my friend has, which I may not have, and there are abilities which I have, which my friend may not have. Together we can still build a best future or whatever it is that you are doing. You learn to appreciate that, because you know, okay, the good I have, my friend also has. I will not even focus on the flaws. So like the way you see yourself will be the way you see even others. You will not see them people with full of flaws, but you see them people with goodness. You see goodness in them. Despite them being human beings with errors and mistakes, you will not focus on those things. Because of the way you see yourself is the way you treat others. So like it starts from you. It's an inside job. The way you behave, the way you treat yourself, you extend it to other people. If you treat yourself badly, definitely even another person will be treated badly. So that's how it is. It helps you improve on how you do or how you treat other people.
Okay. Can you share a personal story where you went through a difficult situation and later this situation resulted into growth and valuable lesson that you can be able to share with our dear viewers?
To start with, I will just leave an example of my whole life, from childhood to where I am today. I grew in a life of difficulties. Sometimes you could even starve, no food home. You spend the whole day, sometimes even just eating vegetables without cooking, all those things. They have shaped me who I am today. I look back with the life with my grandmother, being a challenging life. It has shaped in the way I see others and the way I treat others. When somebody says, I'm hungry, I haven't eaten, I will understand to say this person is really hungry, and how they feel. I will try to fit in their shoes. When somebody says, I'm feeling cold, I have been in the cold before. It is able to help me understand the pain of another person. So in my life, all those challenges I've gone through have shaped who I am today. I'm able to look back and say, it is by the mercy of God that I'm alive. I believe if I had maybe another life better than the way I was when I was a kid, I think I'd be a spoiled person.
Okay.
Because having maybe everything at my having less things at my disposal helped me to become great and work hard in school, and also push through life to where I am now. People who knew me from Jack, from Chawama, John Howard and others, whenever they see me, they say, wow, God is great. Because they saw what I went through when I was a kid, in my early childhood, my life in school at Kamala South and other schools. When they see me now, they say, wow, Chini, God is there. Because he has done it for you. So my life experiences, I look at them as my lessons. I will know how to treat another person. I will know how to say, if I don't give food to the person who is hungry, they are feeling, I am able to know. I have been there before. So it helps me to become compassionate. It helps me to become empathetic. Okay? When I see this person struggling bit with paying school fees, I understand. So I think I've been there before. It helps me, or it has helped me, to live in peace with almost everyone, because I know to say I need to build bridges in my life rather than building walls. I need to extend my peace with the people around me, and all those I know and those whom I don't even know. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your story. So they say what God cannot do does not exist. What message of encouragement would you give to somebody who's going through a different situation, a difficult situation, who is struggling and they don't get to see any positive thing happening in their lives? So somebody once said to say, you can only give an advice if you've gone through what they've gone through. So somebody was mourning, and the best friend taught them to say, take heart. And how they responded to their friend was, have you ever lost a mother for you to tell me to say it's going to be okay? But then even somebody who hasn't gone through what they are going through, they can be able to give an advice. So what advice would you give to somebody who's struggling and they don't see anything positive in their lives?
What I can advise that person out there, be thankful. Wake up in the morning, look at what she should be thankful of before you look at the issues of money and other things, which is the gift of life. When you wake up in the morning, it's the grace of God, the mercy of God. Look at it and say thank you. Find something to be thankful for. Otherwise, if you really focus on what you don't have, you will miss what great blessing that you have. You know, life may teach you a lesson. Focusing on the moon, you will miss the stars which are there. You will miss the light which is there. So be thankful. Find something which you should be thankful about. Mostly I encourage thanking God for the gift of life. When you wake up in the morning, think positive. Think God loves me. That's why I am alive. You've said something on somebody telling you to say, unless you've experienced it, that's when you can tell. Sometimes the experience of also a neighbor can also be a lesson. So when I look at my neighbor, I don't have to experience what they experience for me to learn something. I can still learn from them. So also learn from the environment. Look at how God keeps us alive. For God to wake you up, it means you are valuable, important to Him. I think I have a belief to say, when God has failed to keep me, I die instantly. Because, meaning my things are not there. Okay? But when He gives me a life in the morning, I wake up, I am moving, I'm energetic, I'm not sick. It means that God is still giving me another chance to do better. So focus on that. Don't look at the negative much. Negative will be there, negative is there, it's always surrounding us, but still have hope in God, trust in His mercy, trust in His providence. Then you will still see positivity coming in. Like, remember the law of attraction, what you think about definitely will come to you. The energy that you have, you know. Some people have said, that person has negative energy. What does it mean? The moment you are around them, they will drain you. So forget about those moments which drains you. Focus on what gives you energy. If in writing, like in my case, whenever I'm low, I will get a book my diary, my pen, I begin to write, be it stories, be it philosophies and everything. As I'm writing that, it's giving me energy. I'm energized. Sometimes I may even talk to a friend or another person. So like, find something to boost your energy. Those things that drain you, if it is thoughts, if it's situations you are going through, don't focus on them much, but focus on praying to God to say, Lord, I know you are bigger than my problem. I'll still push through this life. I'll still be a person that I am. I have fallen today, but tomorrow I will still rise. It also comes up with the realization or training my mind to say everything is transitional. I'll still see my problems also in the perspective to say, okay, these problems are transitional. Today I'll be like this, tomorrow I'll be somebody else. Seasons comes, season go. So I'll still be better. Today I may be lying down on the floor, tomorrow I'll get a bed. Today I may be jobless, tomorrow I'll get a job. Just like that. Today I'm working, tomorrow I'll retire. Today I'm young, tomorrow I'll be old. So I should accept life like that, to say life is a transition. It's a transition, it's a journey. I have to accept what is at my disposal, live within it. What should help you to live this life happily despite having those challenges? The positive surrounding of your mind. Think about what is good. It will help you. You will not focus much. You will be sad for what you don't have. So what I always say is this in the morning when I wake up: Lord, I thank you for what I have. For what I don't have, I trust you. So that should be a short prayer. Somebody should say, Lord, I thank you for what I have. For what I don't have, I trust you. That way, you will show God to say you don't trust in your energy or your capabilities, but rather trusting in His providence. And God will not disappoint you. God will still give you in His time. And trusting in His mercy and love, you will definitely achieve. You will still push through those difficult situations. Don't give up. Quitters never win. And the winners never quit. So you still have to keep pushing, keep pushing. One day, positive answers will come. Then you will say, wow, I was in pain, but now I'm happy. This pain. Put on your scars happily. Scars are a sign of beauty. Don't look at them as a sign of pain, but they're a sign of beauty. Say, okay, I have survived. God will still raise me despite having these scars I have. Christ rose from the dead. He was with the scars of thorns. It means that despite the pain that I felt, but really it has shaped me. With the scars of Christ, we have life. When you look at the scars, we look at the cross, people see it as pain and failure, but to us it was what? Salvation. So even you, as you go through those difficulties, look at them and say, wow, Lord, I thank you because of the scar I have here. Oh, this scar, I fell from a tree. As I was doing that, I was cut by a knife or whatever. Let them be a reminder of hope. See beauty in those scars.
All right, thank you so much. So training the mind to see good, it's not denying the reality, but it's about growth and emotional growth as well. So we need to see, in every situation, we must see something good and something positive. So today you might be going through, or you might be struggling, not to say that one day things are going to get better. Thank you so much for joining us, George Mukangwa, on today's program.
I thank you so much for inviting me, hoping to be invited soon again.
Thank you so much for your words of wisdom, and surely you'll be invited soon. So that is all that we had. So remember that your mindset shapes your life. How you see today's life is what you put in your mind and what you think. So today things might not be well, but remember that one day a light will be shown through the tunnel. So my name's Victoire Chilofia. Until we meet again, have a blessed day.